Either I wake up every day with Primal Scream with Nick Graystone on, or I wake up with nothing on at all.
Yo, what's up, y'all? It's King DMC and the place to be. I got one thing to say. The only place for you to be, because I know a lot about places to be, is rocking and rolling and hipping and hopping and not stopping with Primal Scream and Nick Graystone.
This is Jay Muse, and you're listening to or watching Primal Scream with Nick Graystone. Nick Graystone.
I got one of my friends with me. Yeah, he's got one of his fucking friends with him, man. Why are you listening to me and you're not listening to Primal Scream with Nick Graystone, man? What the fuck are you wasting your time for? Why would you listen to Silent Bill when you could be listening to Primal Scream? Look at this. Look at that. Look at this. Primal Scream, kids. Stick it in your fucking ear right now.
Hey, kitties, what up? Welcome to Primal Scream. This is your host, Nick Graystone. For the next hour, we're going to talk about fantasy, reality, and everything in between. Let's go. Hey, kitties, what up? Welcome to Primal Scream.
I guess that's monkey talk right there. I don't know. Holy shit. Hi. I was so excited that the animal in me, the primate, the simian, has come out because my man, T.W. Walker, is behind the boards again. Boy, did I miss that man. I love it. Welcome back, Tony.
Thank you, pal.
To the Primal Scream podcast with yours truly, Nick Graystone. Boy, it's hot out there. Holy shit. It's a lot. It really is. I'm not ready for it. I took 2 showers today. 2 more than I usually do. But enough of that. Enough of my sweaty man ass. It was rough out there today, being an ape. Dragging those knuckles on the floor, on the ground. So yeah, I'm very excited. I have one of my my good buddies from Tromaville joining me. We met a couple years ago, and he's a really cool guy, punk rocker, Johnny Necro. I'm going to bring him in a few minutes. I wanted to kick off the show tonight by telling you. I went to a very cool exhibit in the city. It was called Mind of a Serial Killer. You've been seeing, if you're like me, it pops up every couple of minutes because they know my algorithm and they know I'm a sick fuck and all that stuff. But they have this really cool exhibit. It's in the teens. I forget, maybe 18th Street or 19th Street, something like that. You can look it up, Mind of a Serial Killer. Basically, it's a walkthrough. You could do like a VR interaction thing. That's like part of a VIP if you want to. You get like a free poster with that. And what it is you walk through and they have different parts of the museum have like dedicated to some of the most notorious crimes that we know about. They have Ted Bundy's Volkswagen. They have like Eileen Warnos's, I think it was a Trans Am that's like in this like wooded area and stuff. They have Ed Gein's shack with pictures and stuff. Going back to Ted Bundy's thing too with the Volkswagen, they actually have his kill kit. So it has like his plaster of Paris, like his cast that he used to lure the people in. You know, he's a good-looking guy, and it looked like he had a broken arm, and what he would do is he would ask for help, asking females to help him with his boat. And, they looked and saw this guy, looked like a normal, everyday dude. And he would lure them into his car, and they would never seen again, and killed about 30 people. But they showed you. They showed you the fake cast. They showed you a ski mask. They showed you rope, his tools and stuff.
Sorry.
Oh, my God, my ADD or whatever now is thrown off. But that's okay. That could have been the Ballad of Ted Bundy. We could have went into a song. The next thing up was Jeffrey Dahmer's. Now, this was what I'm showing pictures of tonight. So Jeffrey Dahmer's apartment, the way it was set up, the way that the cops found it, minus the body, but they had like the fridge with the severed head in it, and the schlong, and a liver, some beers all over the place. They had the big vat of acid. What was really creepy about it is they had his altar of sacrifice. Now, they had the drawing of, he never was able to create this thing, but he had a drawing of it where he envisioned this sacrifice altar of 2 life-size skeletons on the end, and then painted skulls on a table, and it was branched out, and it had like some other skulls and like everything. And I guess he would go there, and that was his sanctuary. He would pray to it and stuff. But yeah, he never completed it. But they I guess they finished his work for him, and I got the chills when I saw that, because like, I have only seen like the blueprints, like the drawing that he basically he drew for them once he did a full confession. The thing about Jeffrey Dahmer is, and people may look at me like I'm a fucking weirdo about this, I think out of all the serial killers, if there was any ounce of sympathy that I had for any of them, it's him. It's him because he showed remorse. He knew he was a monster. He wanted to die. Once he got arrested, like, he was just like, thank God this is over. Here you go. This is what I did, and did a full confession, very detailed. Obviously, I think he wanted the notoriety too as well. But I don't know. I think he just had really, I think society failed him. He had parents that didn't give a shit about him. They kind of, what's that word? Not edged on, enable. Felt like they enabled him. They abandoned him. His mother was very ill. His father had tendencies that he never acted upon, but Jeffrey acted upon his tendencies, I believe it could have been stopped long before it got even to, the last 15 victims. He killed his first victim at 17. Then he didn't do it again for 10 years, and he did it, at another, at a hotel in Milwaukee that I actually stayed in that room. And then once he moved to Milwaukee, that's where the real bad stuff happened. He killed 15 guys within like a 17-month span. So, yeah, just a horrific crime, and to see all that on display. Some people may think that they are immortalizing these pieces of shit, and you can look at it that way, but it's a part of history. It's a dark part of history. And, if you're into that kind of thing, I highly recommend going to see this exhibit. It's totally worth it. So that's it for me, telling you about my week. I want to bring my guest on. I don't want to keep him waiting anymore. We kind of had something scheduled. I had to reschedule it because somebody decided to get his eyes all pretty again. You know what? I get lost in them now because they look perfect. You remember that from Cannibal Run? Perfect. All right, Johnny Necro, what is up, my friend? How you doing, my brother?
How you been, buddy? Nice to see you.
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's nice to see you too, dude. I'm sorry that we had to keep you on hold for a while. I've been wanting to get you on this show and just shoot the shit with you, dude.
Right.
I know
Hey,
you're.
before we get too far, back to your serial killer stuff you were talking about.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just
yeah.
a thought. You know, a lot of them, including Dahmer, if society hadn't been so fucking homophobic and mean that people had to be so repressed and hide shit, a lot of them might not have become fucking monsters back then.
You're right, dude. Because the ultimate sin, there was two ultimate sins back in the day. One was being gay, and two was divorce. And this dude had both of them. So obviously he was shunned because of that stuff. He was basically, his father was like, fuck you, you know what, you're a fuck up, I'm gonna send you off to military. Dude, these kids go off to the forces, and it's not that I'm dissing onto the armed forces or people that serve, because I have friends that went that needed it, and you know what, it made them better. But if you have someone that that's there and just gets beaten to submission, and he had to do a dishonor, he got discharged from the Army because he was fucking up there too, like it wasn't the place for him. But what they taught him in the Army was to fucking how to like dissect shit, and like they basically gave him the tools that he needed to fulfill his fantasies. And
Right.
look at, there's so many people that you think about that. Think about like that guy that killed Dimebag Darrell. That dude was a
Right.
Marine, bro. He learned how to shoot in the Army, like in the Marines. So, he obviously had his issues and killed one of our fucking idols, dude. Like one of our rock stars that was taken away from us.
I'm a veteran with issues, but I haven't gone that fucking far off the reservation.
That's good, dude. We all have our issues and stuff, but you know what, man? I feel like you own whatever, thing is going on with you. You're very transparent about your stuff, and that's the whole character that you are, dude, And I think that being like me, being like an outcast, being the way that we are, only gave us a story to write and,
Right.
and use it for the greater good.
It gave us heart to try to help the next generations, to be able to fucking share what we've learned, so some of them might not have to go through some of the same shit we did.
You're right, dude. You know what? And I talk about, substance abuse. I talk about my alcoholism and stuff. It's not to tell people, hey, you know what, I'm clean, give me a pat on the back. Dude, it's not about that, man. I do it to spark the brain of somebody that may need it, that may
Right.
need to hear that inspiration or whatever. And they're like, hey, you know what, that asshole could do it, maybe I could, And I think that's one of the biggest problems in our life, man. Like, in this modern society, there's lack of understanding, there's lack of compassion, there's lack of empathy. And, mental health, dude, is a thing, man. It's a stigma. It's an epidemic. And I feel that people should bring that stuff to the forefront,
Right.
And
again, those of us who have a voice, let's use it. Help people, man. Let them know that you've gone through shit.
the voice of the voiceless, right? Yeah.
I don't mean beat them
absolutely,
over the
dude.
head with this shit, but, sometimes all they need is an ear. They don't always need the mouth part. They just need to fucking have someone they know they can talk to. So stuff like this show, it's helpful. They can learn that some of their peers have been through hell and back and still came out the other side and had accountability for their actions. It's up to us to be there for the others.
You're right, dude. You're absolutely right. Because, like the dudes that we've looked up to, man, like the guys, that sparked our brain, some of them are not here, but some of them are, some of them have been through hell and back, and, you respect the people that are off stage. Case in point for me, Nikki Sixx, dude,
Yep.
I look at that guy
Same.
and, and I got to tell him this, and it was pretty rad to tell him this, that like, Nikki, like, you're my God, you're my rock God I looked up to all my life or whatever, but the man that I respect is not that guy on stage. It's the advocate of mental health and sobriety that you come down and you get on a level and you break it down for us, and like you feel like he really does care about like people and how they struggle and stuff, and I feel like he wants to tell that story, So
hey, I know you of all people can appreciate this. Never been on a podcast before. This little story. There was a hiatus when I was going through some issues with the former band Asylum after being a bass player, and I wasn't going to be Johnny Necro anymore.
Okay.
I temporarily was toying with the fucking nickname Sicky Nicks.
Oh, that's amazing. I love that.
I just thought you'd appreciate that.
I do.
Sicky Nicks. That was my other choice.
And you know what, too? You named me that for your movie.
I did. See, there's a story behind your character name, right?
Dude, and you know what? That means the world to me that you were going to take on that persona and then you used it. And you chose me.
Now, brother, it is fucking perfect for you.
Dude, that means the world to me, man. Thank you so much, bro. That's really awesome. I love that. That's a cool name, but dude, Johnny Necro, bro, is where it's at, bro.
Yeah.
That's a great. So how'd you come up with that name?
When I was first starting we were going to do a band Frozen Dead down in Texas. Me and the bandmates that formerly were Asylum years later. And I was doing the comic, and I was doing a comic about a zombie, which I still do, Frozen Dead. And I named him Johnny Necro because it means Johnny Dead.
Okay. Well, I got necrophilia and stuff, the love
or
of the dead.
Or necromantic, or necronomicon, or necrosis,
absolutely.
which is my Cretan name.
Oh, the Cretan. I love that, man. Forever hopping to the Cretan hop, bro. That's so cool.
Don't forget, this is new since I saw you last, right here, baby.
Oh, you got a new one, huh?
I got my Cretans.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. Did Valentina do that?
Yes. She does all mine and Ann's work now. And my little brother's coming from Detroit for Chromathon, and he's going to get one from her of one of my characters, Necrostein. So she's already scheduled him in.
So give a shout out to Valentina. We met on the set of Power of Positive Murder, but I'll let you handle this, dude. You want to give a shout out, like to where she tattoos and
she's
stuff?
Down in the Poconos at Mountain Wizard Tattoo. Look it up or get a hold of one of us. I mean, she does great work.
She gave me my Toxie on my leg.
Yeah, she gave me my Calvin and Hobbes parody I drew of Toxie and Blobby as well. Yeah. She also did my Slimer. She did my Nightcrawler that's teleported. She did my Gremlin, and my wife and I both got almost matching turtles in the same spot. She got Michelangelo and I got Donatello, and I'm getting Raphael and she's getting Leonardo in another spot on our bodies in the same spot.
That's dope, dude. I got to go visit Valentina because she really does great work, and the price you can't beat, dude. I mean, she doesn't hit you over the head, man. And she's a hustler, dude. She's a good girl, bro. I really, really like Valentina. I feel like
she's allowed to draw and tattoo Horridorables. I let her use my artwork if anybody wants it. My wife has one, and she's getting a second one. So
that's cool. Talk about that Horridorables. That was actually one of my things I wanted to bring up, but since you brought it up, man,
thank you.
Yeah,
I call Horridorables and Moridorables my sellout line because I do a lot of shit for free. And the comic I always put online for free until I put out a new volume of the book, which I sell limited quantities of. And then once it's out of print, it goes online for free for anybody to read for the rest of the world. Anybody can get it. So the Horridorables is just another thing we can sell at our merch tables when we're guests at cons. And it kind of like blew up from there. Trauma Dan out of Cleveland, I let him sell fucking stuff. He does Traumadorables, and then sometimes he'll send stuff to Frankie Bones as well. So I just try to share the wealth, man. I'm not about doing this to get rich. I do it because I give a shit. And I mean, it's still free advertising. The more people fucking get it and see it, that's great. But I don't do it for that. I do it because I like to do it. But that's how I make a little bit of extra money to help with financing my other shit that I do. So
that's very cool, man. And you said, you're starting to do these other conventions on the other side of the table. Congratulations, man, because I know you've been working hard. We actually both started this year doing that, and it's pretty dope.
Well, I've been doing it for a few years, but I kind of dropped off.
Oh, okay.
But now I'm kind of getting back into it. So
that's very cool, man. Like, because obviously you've been going to these conventions a long time. So now you've been doing it on the other side of the table where you could actually meet people and inspire them and spread the brand. Dude, you're a whole brand, bro. You got the music, you're doing the movies, you got art going on.
Random Insanity Productions. That's the umbrella company of it all.
So it's all underneath that. You said Random Insanity Productions?
Yep.
Well, how long have you been doing that for?
Since the 90s. Like since about 99. That's when I started the comic.
That's the Frozen Dead, right?
96 is when I put out my first CD with Killing Innocents, which I'm proud to say 2 of my 1996 Killing Innocents tracks were picked by Mercedes the Muse and are included in Poltergeist 2. And me and Sydney have a brief cameo as our Cretan twins. So
that's the Return of the Chicken Dead, right?
Yeah.
I'm looking so forward to that because there's, obviously there's connections that we met of people at Power Positive Murder set, and like that was such a fun time, man. It was cool, bro. Like just getting on set, meeting all these people, having Lloyd there, I don't know about you, but like just Trauma has always been a staple in my life, dude. Ever since, the first movie that I actually saw with that was Surf Nazis Must Die. And then after that was The Toxic Avenger. But, all those VHS movies growing up and everything. And, just being invited to do this. And the funny thing about it is when I was on that set, it wasn't even my first Trauma movie. I was in Sweetmeats, and we had already completed it, and they were showing it actually at it's not Trauma Dance is the one that's in the city.
In New York.
That's the city one.
Yeah.
Okay, so they were showing Sweetmeats at the Trauma Dance like a week after the Valverde thing, and from there, people were already like buzzing about it and stuff, and like Lloyd, when I saw him, he was like, I can't remember your name, young man, but, I know you're affiliated with Sweetmeats. He's like, come here for a minute. And he put me right next to Annalisa. And, like, she's a main part of this scene where I'm a mourner. And, I saw a work print of it, and I got, like, some great screen time because I'm right next to the star, dude. So, like, he didn't have to do that. But I feel like, Trauma does that. They find their people or whatever, and they'll put them back, and and it's just cool. Now I get to see Uncle Lloyd. He refers to me as nephew. I'm gonna see him this weekend. He's doing a thing over at Smodcastle with.
Tell him Johnny Necro says hi, and I'll see him next month.
You do, that's right. You're doing the drive-in, right?
Yep, we're staying both days.
I wish I could do the drive-in thing. I'm doing Shark Con that same weekend in Tampa.
Awesome, though. I'm so proud of you with that shit too, bro.
Thank you, man. Yeah, that's pretty
Jaws
rad.
is on the back of my vest right above Trauma.
Jaws? There you go, dude. It's only the greatest movie ever made, brother.
And I have the dual VHS on display up there.
What, Jaws 1 and 2?
It very well, but
that's dope. When I was a kid, man, I'm
sweating my ass off in.
My cousin was dating a guy that worked at some video store or whatever, and I remember, I think I might even still have the VHS. He burnt me a copy of Jaws 1 and Jaws 2 on VHS, and dude, I used to watch that almost every single day. Like, to be affiliated with anything Jaws, it's next level. To have Kevin Smith pick it up is even more than that.
That's insane. Speaking of Kevin Smith, just last month, I got to be in a movie with Jeremy London. I was in a big scene with him for Survive.
You would tell me that. Plug that. Dude, tell me about that.
That was fucking so cool. I was talking to Phil Herman. Phil Herman's from your neck of the woods. And I had messaged him about offering him a song for his Amityville movie. And I didn't realize it was complete. But while we got talking, we did a little video conference. Next thing you know, he goes, hey, you want to come be an extra? I'm filming in PA. And this was while I was a guest at Syracuse Comic-Con. And while there, I met a couple other guys that were really cool, father and son. Come to find out, the son's from my neck of the woods, lives like 30 minutes from me. So I asked Phil, I said, you need more bodies? He goes, yeah, come on down. So I was like, all right, well, let me know the premise. He goes, well, it's kind of like post-apocalypse. And my jaw dropped. I'm like, dude, I'm like a huge Road Warrior fan.
Right?
That's like my shit.
That's how you
like,
showed up to Valverde,
fucking
dude.
Road Warriors are my shit.
Yeah.
He goes, well, yeah. I says, I got it. So I helped the other guys with their wardrobe. I did my wardrobe. I fucking show up just like I fucking do. You know, I can't help it. I'm me. And I'm like, hey, I don't want to spoil stuff, but let's just say I made a couple of suggestions that made it into the fucking film. And we went from being extras to co-producers and like backing fucking villains. And I came back 2 different times and they came back 3 times and they'd never been in a film set before, but they had listened to me on the way to the first day to set and they had such good etiquette. They were invited back. And so now we're going to be doing something with them again in October.
See, dude, that's what this is
and
all
Vernon
about,
Wells is
bro.
in this movie. The fucking Mohawk Road Warrior villain.
Hell
the main
yeah.
bad guy from Commando.
Oh, what's his name? Vernon
Wells.
Vernon Wells. Dude, I met Vernon
Dude,
at a
it's nuts, dude. That was
Montsemania.
just fucking
Very nice man. He's a gentleman, dude.
Because of offering free music to a fucking filmmaker. That's how it happened. It wasn't auditioning and like busting down doors. It was luck of the draw. Nothing special.
Well, you're a likable guy, dude. So that's what you're doing. You get opportunities and you make more. That's what it's all about.
And I had so much fun on those 2 days.
I love that
It
for
felt
you,
like
dude. That's
forever,
so
and
good.
I loved them. We went back to see his Amityville movie premiere, and I ran into the father and daughter that was in the Valverde scene with us. The girl with the fucking dress, they were there, and we gave each other hugs and shit.
Oh, wow. That's
It
so
was
cool,
fucking
dude.
beautiful.
What
So I ran into fucking other film friends at another film premiere.
do you remember the Amityville name?
Amityville Descendants.
Amityville Descendants? Okay. I got to
I
look
think
out
so.
for
I'll
it.
have to send you the link, but Phil Herman did it. Look up his name. You can find
I'll
it.
remember. Yeah.
And James, the director, I don't want to mispronounce his last name. I think it's Peretta, but
Okay.
they work together a lot. They're really fucking good.
That's cool.
And they have this whole core team that they like to reuse. And Frankie Bones from fucking Trauma was going to come, but he got sick. And so while I was talking to them, I let him know he was a buddy of ours, and he was going to pay for a producer perk. And fucking Phil says, you know what? Give him executive producer. So he gave him a fucking credit because he was a friend of ours and he was going to come and he was being supportive. And that was nice because Frankie's who invited me to come to the bar scene I did for the Power Positive Murder. So it's nice to give back to your friends.
It always is, man. Because you know what? You do nice, people recognize that, and in turn, it turns around and you get back whatever, you know? But I don't even feel
Speaking
like
of
you do
great
it for the
Trauma
payback,
friends-
dude. You're doing it because you're a nice guy, man.
You want to see a prop from Curse of the Ghost Rider made
I
by
would
Trauma
love
Dan?
to.
This is Toxic Shock. There's a death related to this, but there is a commercial going to be in Curse of the Ghost Rider with Rick Howard from the original Class of Nukem High. He was the one decapitated with the Liberty spikes on the motorcycle.
Really?
He's doing the commercial for this.
Oh, that's so rad, dude. That's
And Trauma
amazing.
Dan made this shit. It's fucking, it's beautiful. You know, there's a lot of haters out there, but the core people in the world that you meet, you know who's your fucking tribe.
Absolutely, dude. You know, and speaking of Ghost Rider, a little bit of Long Island history. It was filmed actually in one of the sponsors of the Primal Scream podcast, and it's at Mr. Beery's. We filmed part of that movie
I
there.
got you a location fucking credit in the film as well.
And I appreciate that, man. That's really, really amazing. I appreciate that. That was a fun time filming that there. And you know what, dude? Now that the place is going to be closing in February, I'm happy that it's going to be immortalized in that film, dude. You know,
That's awesome. I'm so grateful. That was one of the coolest scenes. And by the way, we won't say what happened, but you remember part of what I'm talking about with the special effects scene that happened there in the fight. That's what I recommended to the other filmmaker and was able to do it a different way. So I was able to use that same trick in a different film, a lot more graphic.
So there you go, dude. It's kind of like you did an Evil Dead and an Evil Dead 2 kind of thing, right? You upped it up a little bit.
If you have false teeth, they can be knocked out pretty easy.
So what's the update with Curse of the Ghost Rider? Where are we at with it right now?
I have probably about an hour and a half worth of footage, which of course I got to trim down. I'm still waiting for some people's scenes. What the world may not know is a lot of people got to do remote filming for this as well.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of footage, but a lot of it, I'm also waiting on stuff I had to do for myself. I have to build this entire new set, like this whole fucking room in the basement for my character to move forward. But in general, it looks good. I've been doing a lot of dailies every time I film. We have some other bands they're going to be involved. Your band, you said you're donating a song
Absolutely.
from the Scar. So we got Purple Pam on the soundtrack, and she's in the bar scene with us. You know,
she's your girlfriend in the movie, right?
Yeah, my ex sugar mama.
Yeah.
And my friends, Dr. Chud's in a band with my friend Swam, the Karens. And so the Karens have a song on the soundtrack as well. And they also have a song in Killer Cox and Poultrygeist too. So look at that little fucking circle of fucking friends.
That's pretty dope, dude. That's how it definitely should be.
The best answer I will give, it'll be done when it feels right that it's done.
That's it, man. You can't rush these things. You got to make sure that you're happy with it, because at the end of the day, it's yours and your name is on it.
There's names bigger than me in this fucking thing. You know about all the cameos we have.
Absolutely,
with us in it.
dude. There's a lot.
Boyd's in it. I mean, fucking Rick Howard and Rick Collins are in it. Lisa Gay's in it. Bill Whedon's in it.
I love all of them.
They're just
dude.
like cameos, you know. Searit's Hearth is in it. And then a bunch of our little fucking circle of people. And then beyond that, the photographer, Jens from Power Positive Murder's in it for a really cool scene.
Dude, I can't wait till that coffee book comes out.
Me too. I'm so glad I bought it.
Me too. Me too.
He showed me a couple pages, and I was like, "Oh wow!"
I know, man. He showed me. You know, he. I'm so happy that he immortalized that time or whatever, and got it in a book. You know, that's very cool, dude. You know, I'm curious to see how it's going to turn out, what it's going to be. I saw a work print of it a while ago. I got invited to Trauma headquarters, and I sat with Sabrina and Uncle Lloyd, and they were watching it, and they wanted fresh eyes on it, so they were asking me, and I'm sitting here, and I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me. You're asking me about a movie if it's good.
But you're the fan. You are the audience. You're not just in it. It's shit that we grew up with.
So I guess they wanted just to see like where my head was at watching it and stuff, and you know, it was a funny day, dude. Like we really had fun. Like I was able to play Toxie down in the basement. They let me shoot a video with Uncle Lloyd, and we were plugging away. At that time, it was for the road show, so they were plugging like sweetmeats, and they were plugging Hands Across Tramerica.
Nice.
And fucking Uncle Lloyd during it or whatever, he's yelling at me. He's like, Toxie, what are you doing? He's like, you're going to get fired. I'm just going to get Dinklage in here. I need a real actor. Get you out of here. You know, it was so much fun, man. You know?
And they were kind enough when I visited, they let me use the blue screen in the basement to film Amanda Flowers for the fucking Ghost Rider scenes.
Dude, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, like it's crazy, like, to go there and you think about, like, that's where the most of the shit goes down, dude. You know, like, that's their headquarters. They mail everything out of there. They edit everything out of there. Uncle Lloyd's fucking desk looks like a bomb went off. Like, they got all kinds of shit just laying around. Like, it was mind-blowing to me to see it, you know, like.
Yeah. When I watched the dailies after filming him for his mid-credit scenes at his desk, I'm looking in the back and I'm seeing the duck from Return to Nukem High 1 and Volume 2 just sitting there in the fucking scene. I'm like, holy fuck, that's in my movie.
Yeah, dude. That's crazy,
and it's
right?
not even a trauma movie. It's trauma adjacent. That's what we call those movies. Because
they're in the same universe. Yeah, it's in the same universe, and they have like the thing. And did you happen to catch, like, when you're downstairs, you happen to catch like all the signs, like welcome to Tromaville or whatever?
Yeah,
dude, there's so many of them. You look at it and you're like, oh yeah, that's from this one, and this one's from that one, and like,
well, just sitting there looking at the film cans and seeing VHS and shit of like redneck zombies on the wall and like just fucking props and barrels and fucking when I visited the first time, it was when Andrew was still his assistant.
Yeah.
And Andrew gave me a beak from the original Poultrygeist. And then a year later, I'm in the fucking sequel, just randomly fucking happens. That's fucking crazy.
That's dope, dude.
But again, we love him to death. And a shout out to Turkey Man too, because that motherfucker, for being a villain, he supports all of us.
Oh my god, dude, he's always
Big fucking
reposting
beak
and
and a big
everything.
heart.
You know, actually, someone said hello to you on here. I can't even.
Yeah, I can't see anything if they do that. I'm not ignoring people.
The Hazens.
Okay.
Do you know who that is?
Chris?
Okay. Yeah, it says C at the Hazens.
Nice.
Yeah,
Hello.
he said hi, Johnny, and then he did that's dope as fuck. D at D Sleep Time 55 asked, did the exhibit talk about Albert Fish? Yes, there was Albert Fish stuff there, but not in like a whole big thing. And D Sleep Time 55 also said, looking forward to this interview. Oh, Zozo said, hello, father.
That's so cute.
Is that you? I guess so. Someone else not calling me father. Zozo's in the house right now. You want to say hi to Zozo?
Hi, Zozo.
Come on in.
I'm
Come
very
on in,
proud of you
Zozo.
because you've
Say
been
hi
doing
to
lots of stuff,
Johnny
too.
Necro. Right over here next to me, behind me. Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
You can see him? All right, cool.
She's trying.
Here, move in there. You can move right there.
Right here.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Zozo's just chilling tonight. She wanted to come and hang with her dad. I appreciate
Nice.
it, man. This is the
Let me
best
give
thing
you a
about
shout
it.
out again real quick because it's something we talked about in passing. I might as well give you some more credit because I like to promote you as well. Thank you for accepting my offer when I said I'd like you to do a couple guest tracks doing bass for Johnny Necro shit in the future.
Oh, dude, it's my pleasure, man. Like, you know, I would love to collaborate with anything with you, and I'm flattered that you would even consider me to play on one of your tracks, dude. That's really awesome. Thank you.
You're family now. That's how it works.
Familia, brother. We've been talking about this movie, The Curse of the Ghost Rider. We actually have a little teaser. I want to show it right now.
Feel
If you
free.
don't mind, I'm going to put it
Go
on,
for it.
and we'll get back to our interview with Johnny Necro. Here we go.
I hope you like it.
All right, so we had to play that twice because the first time I think our producer was on ketamine and he was watching it upside down.
That's beautiful. It's the curse of the Ghost Rider. We've had that several times.
So yeah, right. It's the double curse. For those of you that don't know about that, that's the Curse of the Ghost Rider. We're just talking about that. That's the film that's going to immortalize Mr. Beery's. Has a ton of Tromaville people, and it's Johnny's baby right now that he's working on. And I'm really looking forward to that.
You like that score?
Yeah, it's cool as shit, dude.
It's like supposed to be reminiscent. I'm a big Fulci and Carpenter fan and Lynch movies, you know what I mean? Like, so I really try to keep that 70s, 80s vibe.
Yeah, no, I like it, dude. It's definitely it definitely works for that. Absolutely. I'm looking forward to seeing how it plays out. Amanda's amazing. Like whatever, what anything that she does, she puts her heart and soul into it. And I feel like she's playing the character of the Muse, right?
Yeah, Serendipity.
Okay, so yeah, this is gonna. You want to give like a little background on like what the movie's about?
Sure. Basically, it starts with I'm in the film as well, but it starts with my character's uncle, who was a once successful writer. He was supposed to have a movie. It didn't happen. He got in a drunken altercation, and then he got writer's block for years. His marriage is crumbling. He gets desperate, so he goes on the dark web looking for a way to inspire himself, and he comes across an incantation for an ancient muse spirit. And then it's too much for him. After he passes, I, as his piece of shit nephew, I find his flash drive and I plagiarize his work, and I accidentally unleash the muse as well. And so she doesn't just inspire, she eliminates distraction. So people start dying dead around these two fucking bozos. A lot of innocent bystanders die. Troma Dan has a great practical effects death scene he did himself in Cleveland. Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh, that's cool, man. I love that. Dying dead.
I don't want to bust in on your show.
You mind if I give a couple other filmmakers a quick plug?
I would love for you to do. That's what you're here for, man.
This is the third channel from Michelle Lynn Blasky. This is what got me back into doing movies again. I have a small cameo at the very end, and then she gave me a producer credit. She thanks Horror Adorables. We met online because of our mutual friend that she had met, Aaron Markham, who's also in Curse of the Ghostwriter, and he's also Texas Toxie and done a bunch of stuff. But she put me in there, and she ended up being from the same hood in Detroit that I grew up in as well. We just never met. We were there at two different fucking time periods. And so she got me into filmmaking, and then James Carnes brought me in for Killer Cox. And from there, it just spiraled. And then I was like, well, I'm already doing music for Killer Cox for my scene. I started reaching out. And then this one here, this is by Travis S. Nelson. This is Monsters Anonymous. And it's the first time he has both my names on the cover. That Dear Diary song that I sent you is in this film. But he says music by Johnny Logan Harley, a.k.a. Johnny Necro, because of the association. That was beautiful.
I love
and
that,
then I got
dude.
Another curse of the movie. This is the comeback, because there was Curse of the Weird, Curse of the Ghostwriter. Curse of the Baby Eater has two of my oldest instrumental tracks ever. And it's by some people I used to know in Cleveland. And one of my Killer Cox co-stars is in that movie. So it's crazy. Mike Dempsey of Rebel Flesh, who has songs in Curse of the Ghostwriter. It's that figure eight fucking infinity bullshit of fucking independent filmmaking.
We're in, dude. You know what, dude? It's a big orgy, and we're in bed with everyone. That's the way you gotta do it.
Thing. The biggest thing I can suggest to anybody, they don't know if you don't offer. Don't always look for a big payday. Instead of looking for licensing, a lot of these people have a small budget. If you have music, offer it for free. It's the best free advertising you'll ever get. And you never know if one of these films is gonna fucking blow up. Look at Terrifier.
Exactly, dude. And you know what? Look at Obsession. I'm wearing the shirt right now. Fucking obsessed with the movie, dude. I love it. You know, I saw Backrooms as well. I wasn't too crazy about that, but you know what, dude? I love that the little guys right now are getting a place at the table. Independent horror right now is kicking the shit out of the mainstream, whatever they have to offer, you know?
Right.
You could do a lot more with less.
He's living good. He's doing an independent film with Aaron Markham, the contract. So, I mean, it's everybody out there has a chance now. We didn't have that before.
No, we didn't. And, dude, you know what I love? I love the fact you mentioned Terrifier. Damien Leone is now going to be working with Sam Raimi, Sam Raimi's one of the biggest directors to come from the independent scene, dude.
Right.
He gave us The Evil Dead. He gave us Evil Dead 2. You know, he gave us these great flicks. Then he went on to make fucking huge blockbusters.
Even
as
his
Spider-Man.
TV shows were great.
Yeah, man. I can't wait for this new Ice Cream Man movie too, dude. This Eli Roth thing.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be cool.
Honestly, I think it's its own thing from what I've noticed.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like a reboot.
No, it is its own thing. It's no, we can't take away the Clint Howard ice cream.
Right.
No,
right.
that was good. I got a song that I want to play. You had sent me a track and I want to play it. Dear Diary.
That's about the comic Johnny the Homicidal Maniac. Just so people know.
Okay, yeah. Give a little plug-a-roo about what it is, where you could find it, like what's up with it.
I even have the little Z question mark. Johnny the Homicidal Maniac's creator did Invader Zim for Nickelodeon. But right now, the only streaming platforms I have my music on is Bandcamp and on YouTube, because I let the contract expire for Spotify, which is beautiful in a way because I've been having so much more traffic at Bandcamp. So, hey, one door closes, another opens.
Yeah, dude, Bandcamp is good, man. I put the Scar stuff on there. Dude, honestly, the biggest shit, man, Spotify, they rape us, dude. They don't give us back anything.
I never got a dime, and I knew people were listening.
Dude, you know what? Peter Frampton, Baby I Love Your Way, posted a picture, and I remember this to this day. This is about, I don't even know, 7-8 years ago. His song for Baby I Love Your Way had, I think, 10 million or like 7 million streams. Dude, he's holding a check for $1,800 for that many fucking streams. Like, that is absurd. You know what? We look back at Metallica saying, fuck Napster, we don't want them, they want to put us away, and we thought they were dicks back then. Dude, they had it right. Streaming fucked us hard, bro. You know, it's the way of the future with stuff, but I'm a creature of back in the day. I like having the vinyls. I love having the CDs. I love having the physical media where you could look at it.
The new Social Distortion physical media.
I have it. Oh, dude, shout out to Mike Ness, man. That new record is
my hero, by
killer,
the way.
right?
He's my favorite of all time.
Right? I got to meet him this last he did a signing, and he was cool as shit, dude. You know, just I had my moment, and you know what? I've met so many different people, and it was on a very special day. It was a day of sobriety for me. I had just turned 11, walking away from a very dark place, and it was the same day, and I told him that, and he said to me, you know, it only gets better, brother. Just hang in there. Keep doing what you're doing. And I was just like, thanks for your transparency and giving me songs that I grew up with, man, and that I could age well with. And he's like, that means a lot. Thank you. And he shook my hand, and we took a picture, and he signed the new record. And dude,
we're blessed that he got clean early on.
He did. You know what, man? He lost his.
In the 70s, and like by the late 80s, he finally was like, enough.
Well, once Dennis died, dude, I think that really just stopped it. You know, like after that, he was just like, I'm gonna die if I don't change. And you know what, bro? You look back at Mike Ness then versus Mike Ness now. It's totally two different guys, but it's the same guy. You know what I mean?
Right. I still have Another State of Mind on DVD.
Oh my God, what a documentary, right?
Yeah,
how fucking inspiring is that? Dude, and I love the end where he's like, throughout the whole thing, he's doing the chords for Another State of Mind, and he's writing it. Then all of a sudden, he's like, all right, we're going to play our new song. And it was that, dude. And, like, you could tell it was that, but, like, you know, finally he gets to that. But, dude, like, they get the schoolie, they fucking hollow it out, and they just go for it, man. Shit. That's rock and roll, bro.
We're old school, dude.
We are. That's rock and roll, bro. You're taking, you know, just throwing caution into the wind, promoting your shit, going on the road with 5 guys that, you know, just have nothing to lose and they just want to play every day, and that's it, man, you know?
I'm blessed we can still do this shit, man. Like I quit drugs a long time ago. I mean, thank God. You know, I still partake of booze a little bit, but not like I used to. And it really shows though, because I've grown so much, because I wouldn't have been here. Just like you wouldn't have been here. Like, it was the different darkest fucking times in our lives, and it's a blessing. Every day is a gift that we can move forward and touch somebody else's life.
The best blessing I got right now, dude, you just said hello to him, bro. That's, you know.
Like, before I got my head together, I hurt a lot of fucking people I had nothing against. And so every day I do try to avoid the other people's drama and their bullshit. Don't draw lines in the fucking sand for me. Everybody's welcome at my table until they deliberately fuck with me or my family.
There you go, man. That's great. That's the way you gotta live, bro. You know?
Old school unity, man. I'm still fucking punk as fuck.
I know you are. That's why I love you, brother.
You know how old I am, Nick? Do you remember?
You told me. But I
51.
think, yeah, man.
So I've been doing this shit. Like I said, my first CD was in '96.
I'm right behind you, brother. I'm going to be 49 in December, so we come from the
It ain't
same
a bad
school,
thing,
man.
because we never thought we'd get past our 27s.
Never.
Every year after that, I was like, wow.
Lucky. I don't know how many cat lives I have left, but I definitely spent them all, dude. And I don't want to find out.
Throwing them away. That's the thing.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Absolutely, dude. We gambled. We're lucky. We're actually, made it unscathed. Not unscathed, but you know what I mean.
Right.
But
I interrupted you playing that fucking track.
Nah, that's cool. That's what happens, dude. But this is Dear Diary, and this is Johnny Necro, and here we go. All right, that was Dear Diary. Dude, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of like the demos from like Cancer Slug and like Danzig, like early Danzig stuff.
I've heard people refer to like Alex Story and shit. It's fucking great. I never heard it in there, but the Danzig, yes, definitely, because I grew up with Sam Hain and
yeah, man, I love that stuff, dude.
But,
I
I call that sound chromabilly. It's a blend of punk, metal, and crooning.
Yeah, dude. I'm looking forward to collabing with you on some tunes, dude. I think we can make some magic, bro.
Thank you. I'm glad you like it. I mean, again,
I do.
it's a lot different than my old screamy fucking shit, but
Nah,
that's what I
dude,
like to do now. I like to write stories, and you can understand the lyrics. Some of the newer tracks I'm working on, one's called Overlooked. It's Jack's story and his descent into madness, mainly about the book, but a little bit of the movie references in there from The Shining. And then Haunted is a love story about a ghost and a fucking human. So I have a Bride of Chucky 50s ballad called Here Comes the Bride that I put out in the 2000s.
I love that. Who doesn't love fucking Tiffany, dude? Tiffany's great, bro.
Right?
Yeah, I love that movie. I even love Seed of Chucky, dude. And
I like the show too. It all fits.
yeah, dude.
It
You
all
know what?
fits.
You know what I like about the show? That the show is like pro gay, dude. And
It's well again, Glenn and Glenda even before they separated.
yeah,
that was
absolutely. And Don Mancini, dude, where he flies that flag and he's proud,
Right.
man. You know what? And he should be.
So speaking of Dear Diary, and that works with what you're just talking about because again, I'm a big ally to everybody.
Yeah.
Dear Diary is going to be an upcoming gay serial killer movie, The Stutterer, as well. I messaged that to you, and
Very
it also
cool.
has like First Jason's on the soundtrack and a couple others.
Ari's a
But
great dude. He
knew
was
that to
actually a
them
guest
early
on.
I'm so excited for that. Lloyd's in that, and so's Rhonda Shear.
Oh my God, dude, Rhonda Shear, bro, that's a staple of our youth, right? Up all night with Rhonda Shear. I was so pissed. She was going to be at New Jersey Horror Con that I was a guest at, and she ended up canceling about 2 weeks beforehand. Never met her, dude, and I was dying to meet her, dude.
Still in our circle, who would have thought we would be rubbing elbows with the fucking people that influenced us?
I know, dude. It's so weird. The other day at this convention, so I have my table set up, and I'm looking across, and it's the cast of Friday the 13th Part 2. And I'm like,
wow.
Dude, that was fucking awesome. I had behind me John Russo, who's fucking basically wrote Night of the Living Dead with Romero until he got
Right.
fucked, And then Fallon Vendetta was there. Daniel Roebuck was across the way. And then trying to think who else was there. Oh, and Ellen Dietz. Fucking Pazuzu. Dude, Zozo put on a big girl pants last month, and she got caught watching The Exorcist, and it wasn't she wanted to see it, and she watched the whole thing, dude, and it. I don't know if it really had an effect on her or anything, but she thought some of the shit was funny, some of the stuff that I thought was funny,
Right.
So I couldn't be more proud.
She's from your genes, man.
Absolutely, my brother. So, you have anything that's coming up that you want to plug? Because I got some plugs, and we're going to wrap this up, my friend.
I pretty much plugged most, but for those who are interested, I still have a few copies left of my current Frozen Dead graphic novel, which is filled with guest stars that let me draw them in it, including our beloved Uncle Lloydie, Dr. Chud, Sears Hearth. There's a forward by Beatrice Bupley, Amanda Kruger. David Howard Thornton let me draw him in it. This was before Terrifier 2 became the biggest fucking movie in the goddamn world. I talked to him 5 years prior to this story when he first took over the role. And I had asked him if I could draw him in Frozen Dead back then. And I told him while we were talking, I said, you are going to be the next Freddy, Jason, Michael Myers, Leatherface.
You were right.
And it fucking happened. And that's beautiful that
couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
Let me put him in the book all those years later.
Couldn't happen to a nicer bunch of guys, dude. I like those kids, man. I like the fuzz on the lens guys. Marcus was on the show a couple weeks back, and the Levy boys, all those guys, Gil Brando, Acevedo, giving a shout out to all of them. They're really nice dudes, and I look forward to working with them. And Johnny, I really thank you for being a guest tonight, and this is only the beginning, dude. We're going to be working together for quite some time, and thanks for giving me a brother in this whole thing, man, because you're a good guy,
welcome.
man.
You're a great guy.
Thank you, man.
You know what? You're a good hugger.
Oh, thank you, bro. I appreciate that. Now it's got to get the the females to tell me that, because I'm hugging you. I'm hugging Tony over here. Zozo, do I give good hugs? Am I right?
Female right over there in the studio hugging you.
Ah, yeah, there we go. I got my little girl. That's all that matters. She says I'm a good hugger. Thank you, kiddo. Love you. All right. I want to thank Mr. Beery's. That is the Primal Scream sponsor. The time is running out, kids. It's going out of business in February, but don't. We got to go out swinging in that place. There's something going on there every night. Steve actually made an appearance from the depths of hell the other day. He did a live video. He's doing better, he says. I'm actually going to see him on Saturday night because I got a show coming up. But I want to plug Monday night is Mondayokey. Go there, sing some songs with Kevin Mundy on the sticks. Tuesday is vinyl night. Bring your favorite vinyl. They'll play a side for you. Wednesday is video game night. Go there and play and challenge your friend to a game of NHL 94 on Sega Genesis or Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat or Kaboom on Atari. They have all of them. Just go. It's so much fun. Thursday night, tonight, is open mic night. You never know. You could be the next one that gets seen. You never know who's going to walk in. It's sponsored by Murphy's Music, so they have a great backline and everything. Friday night, Who's on First and Mr. Video is going to be there. Saturday night is going to be Renee, her 45th birthday bash. It's going to be awesome. Concussion Protocol goes on first. My side project, Aunt Jackie's Bush, and Bloody Sabbath, tribute to Black Sabbath, is going to be closing out the night. We're actually going to be filming for the Aunt Jackie's Bush documentary. So come on down. Don't shave until then. Come and see us with our bush, and we could, compare bushes and stuff because mine's nice and grown in right now, so it'll be fun. Before I get to my next sponsor, I want to say thank you to people who watched Sleep Time 55. You had members of the original Toxic Avenger cast. Yes, we did. They liked your song, Johnny. Also, they loved the trailer for Curse of the Ghost Rider. It's going to be freaky in the best way that they wrote. And they were a fan of Sweetmeats. They actually said that I did a great job. Whoever that is, D Sleep Timer 55. I don't know who that is. But thanks for watching. That's pretty dope. We always appreciate that. I'd like to thank Cinema Arts Center. That is also a Primal Scream sponsor. If I wasn't playing tomorrow night, I'm not playing. I'm going with Zozo to the city to see my brother-in-law. He's playing in Lincoln Center at some event. He's playing guitar, man. Pretty amazing. My brother-in-law, Adam. But tomorrow night at Cinema Arts Center, they are screening one of my favorite movies from the 90s. Such a sick fucking movie, Bad Lieutenant with Harvey Keitel.
Oh, hell yeah.
Right? Oh, my God. What? Just a disturbing film that makes you sick to your stomach. And it's really good. But they're showing that tomorrow night.
That gave him a lot of depth.
Yeah, right? Dude, my favorite part is when he's sitting in the car and he's listening to, because he's a degenerate gambler, and he's sitting listening to the Mets game, and fucking it's bases loaded, and Darryl Strawberry comes up and he strikes out, and he ends up saying something very awful that I will not say on air, but he ends up taking out his pistol and he shoots his own fucking radio, and he fucking throws on the cherries on top of the car and peels off, and he's just so mad because he's robbing Peter from Paul to pay off his debt. He's a terrible drug addict, and just so much craziness going on in that movie.
Will never ever leave my fucking mind. It lives there rent free. His fucking hallucination, seeing Jesus.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah, when he's full frontal. Yeah, dude, that's crazy. And then it's playing. The song in the background is like that song by Johnny Ace. I'll forever love you, pledging my love. Forever my day. What a crazy movie. All right.
That's why we make such fucked up flicks.
Absolutely. 6:13. That's on Saturday night. Greg Araki's Totally Fucked Up is showing at 9:30. And on the 19th, the Long Island Underground Legends of Hip Hop, filmmaker Archie Snowden and special guest DJ Kool Herc, who's actually in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, are going to be there. They're going to be showing the documentary, and it's going to be a whole tribute to the underground legends of hip hop. Pretty cool. Coming up July 17th through the 19th, I'll be in Tampa, Florida. I am going to SharkCon to promote The Shark That Roared with Mike Gencarelli. He's the director. And Mario Van Peebles is going to be in the house. They're going to have a panel. And Ferrante just got added. He's also a co-director on that Shark That Roared. And on the 25th through the 26th in Worcester, Massachusetts, the Dead of Winter con I'm going to be a part of, and I'm going to be there with some of the Stream Kids, as I said before, Marcus Labine, Mike Levy, Mark Haynes, another Primal Scream girl that was on here, Lydia Manson, good girl, she's going to be there, and from Day of the Dead, Terry Alexander. This I'm so fucking excited for. I can't believe this. August 14th through the 16th, I'm going to Monster Mania, and they just added one half of the greatest metal band of all time, and I'm talking the Godfathers of Metal, Sabbath. We got Bill Ward and Geezer Butler are going to be there, and I can't believe that I'm going to be on that bill. I'm going to be sharing a table with my good friend Chris Ott, who works for London. He used to work for London 1888. He does now House of Monsters in San Antonio, and he just opened up his own pizzeria, Phantasmo Pizzeria. He's giving a little bit of Staten Italy to San Antonio right now. And you know what? I'm not really much of a basketball fan, but I think New York is giving a little bit of a New York to fucking San Antonio right now. And go get the last one, boys. I'd really like to see you win so we could burn this fucking city to the ground. Because win or lose, that's happening. They're acting like fucking maniacs right now. But anyway, Monster Mania, August 14th to the 16th. Also on that bill is Robert Englund, Heather Langenkamp. The creep from Jeepers Creepers, Jonathan Breck, and Malcolm McDowell, Alex from Clockwork Orange. I also have to plug, this is so dope. Next week, finally, Tony's back. I had to wait till he got back with the right vision. 2020, we're going to be seeing one of the queens of porn. That's right. Christy Canyon. She's going to be via Zoom. So amazing. It's going to be awesome. Hall of Famer for the AVN. Yeah. We had our bestie on a couple of weeks ago, Ginger Lynn. She put in the good word, and Christy Canyon's coming to Primal Scream, so that's going to be awesome. And the following week, actually 2 weeks after that, young Henry Hill from Goodfellas is going to be in the house. Chris Cerrone. That's going to be a great show, too, because to me, Goodfellas, I know a lot of people say Godfather is the greatest gangster movie of all time, but for me, I think that ranks at number 3. I'm going with Goodfellas is the greatest gangster movie of all time. It's New York in its prime. It's De Niro in his prime, Joe Pesci in his prime, Ray Liotta with the role of a lifetime. We got Hicksville native Lorraine Bracco, who's amazing in it. We have Debbie Mazar, who's always going to be on my leg forever. I have her tattooed on there as Elvis Presley because she's so hot. So she's the only one that could be the queen and the king at the same time for me. And, yeah. Just going to be awesome. Going to talk shop with Chris. Going to talk about some upcoming projects or whatever. Also, there's a new sponsor that's going to be announced on 7/7, and I'm going to talk more about that. But Lindsay Lowe from Lindsay Lowe Eyewear is making her return. We're working on some good collaborations. We're actually going to be putting out my own sunglasses. They're going to be doing a molding of my face, and they're going to put my little design on it, and it's going to be pretty rad, and I can't wait to have Lindsay on, and we're going to talk shop and everything. Again, I want to thank my guest, Johnny Necro. Johnny, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me, and look forward to anything that you're going to be doing. I'm looking forward to working with you on music, looking forward to the flick, and we're also in together One Man Funk, right? That's going to be
Our Man
coming
Funk,
out.
yep.
Our Man Funk. So
I
cool.
want to thank you and one other, if that's okay, if there's just a little bit of time.
Go ahead.
I want to thank the New England Music Hall of Fame for caring enough to use the loophole that I was actually born in Maine to give me an ambassador award here in April, presented to me by the wrestlers, the Russian Manimal Volkov and the Real Drago, and the American Gladiators, Diamond and Blaze, when I was at the Syracuse Comic-Con. That was an honor, and I want to thank you for acknowledging my humanitarian missions within the underground for the past 30 years. And thank you, Nick, for everything.
Yeah, man, that's amazing, dude. Johnny, accept that award. That's amazing, especially getting it from those peeps, dude. You well deserved. I love to hear that. All right, my brother. Well, it was a great night, and we will be seeing you, bro. Thank you so much again, and I will be in contact. I'm going to repost this. And again, kiddies, this has been another great episode of Primal Scream. Remember, I'm Nick Graystone, and you're not. Later.
Thank you for listening to Primal Scream. I'm Nick Graystone, a.k.a. The Nizza. Each week, Primal Scream is produced by Tony Walker and executive produced by Demon Scar. Always remember, nobody writes your story but you. Later.